Patients react to questions or doubts with ad hoc elaborations, in order to satisfy the listener. Thus, new lies are needed to supplement the old, and patients sometimes start to believe their own deceptions. Detection of pathological lying and differential diagnosis are surprisingly difficult. Diagnosis require modifications in standard assessment procedures. When determining the patient's pseudologia fantastica, this is also referred to as pathological lying.
Exactly. And this is what our news media and journalists do.
The communist and Marxist government rule and communist theory of mass communication was practically used by the then Soviet Union Russia in 1917. Thus, the theory is also known as Soviet theory of mass communication.
The communist theory of mass media came into being along with the concept of communism. George W. F. Hegel and later, Karl Marx with Engels, were the people who thought of the theory in the 19th century. Mass media, in the view of Karl Marx, was supposed to be responsible for a socialist system of governance, and a communist media was supposed to help in implementing social policies.
And I'll be there. Vas-y, fais un bison, pas des missions que c'est le kiff. Ouais, vas-y, fais un bison, bête passe, bête beat, c'est le kiff. Vas-y, and I'll be there. Pas des missions que c'est le kiff. Ouais, vas-y, and I'll be there. Bête passe, bête beat, c'est le kiff.
The communist and Marxist government rule and communist theory of mass communication was practically used by the then Soviet Union Russia in 1917. Thus, the theory is also known as Soviet theory of mass communication. The government controlled all the media, according to this theory, and had absolute power. The theory was implemented to help in achieving the communist objectives, for the benefits of the people.
Boom, and I'll be there. Vas-y, fais un bison. Ouais, vas-y, fais un bison. Bête basse, bête beat, c'est le kiff. Vas-y, fais un bison. Ouais, vas-y, fais un bison. Bête basse, bête beat, c'est le kiff. Vas-y, fais un bison. Ouais.
Americans are beginning to embrace communism, and they don't even know it. Social media companies like Facebook and Twitter have recently banned all of Donald Trump's accounts, saying his content sparked and incited the riots on Capitol Hill. We know this is fake news, and several facts have come out now. The main one being the fact that the riot was provoked with Antifa activists. They were posing as Trump supporters and created much of the aggression during that time. My next song will cover all of this, so everyone can be made aware. I believe the Democrats already knew about this though, sadly. They are corrupt and their thinking and reasoning are inverted. They use the communist news networks, like CNN, to push their political agenda, and it is so obvious to the 75 million people that voted for Donald Trump. Don Lemon from CNN told Chris Cuomo the other day, on their show on CNN, that all Trump supporters are neo-Nazis and racists. Don is the one that still uses the N-word, and says things like, the white male is the greatest threat to America. This is racist. He is a hypocrite and a producer of hatred. Don Lemon also tells lies. He is a pathological liar. And what did we learn earlier about pathological liars? And what do they need to keep producing their stories? Pathological lying is the tool they use.
This gives people in academia a godlike complex. When the journalist enters into the realm that they were educated for, they pathologically lie. Because that is what they were taught. Lies then become more lies, until lies are all that they know. It becomes normal for them to lie, that is. They band together as journalists so that they can all lie together, and now they do it together in groups and networks, making it the universal standard for all news media outlets to abide by. Yes, journalism is going to have to die in our world. They cannot be trusted, since they are brainwashed to push the agenda of global elites and communist governments, aka China's Communist Party. This is how the communists are winning their war against democracy, capitalism, free-thinking societies by influencing the American institutions and politicians in our society.